Howdy guys, DB McCrae. Welcome to my home here in the beautiful state of Maine. I'm on the far back part of my property. That's the fire pit. Anyway, there I am. Beautiful. I hope you don't need Dramamine. There we go. Originally the video was going to be about consent to search. I mean, I promised that in the last video, and I'm still going to do that, but something came up the last few days that got me thinking, and thinking really hard, and it bothered me sufficiently. I said, yeah, I'm going to make a video about it, and it has to do with Rise of the Oathbreakers Part 1. Now, the inspiration to begin writing this book goes back to the Thanksgiving dinner table of 2018, where a relative whose opinion I value more than life itself spoke a sentence, and she said, with everything going on in law enforcement today, I don't remember the context why she said it while we were talking about that, but I still had scales over my eyes, even though I'd been retired for a long time. I went instinctively into, what does she mean? I mean, this is my former profession. She doesn't get to criticize it. Until I started doing my own independent research. Like I said, I value her opinion more than life. And I listened to her. And I was, I go, this is unreal. I never did that. I never thought about doing a lot of what bad cops do. But they're doing it everywhere. See, that was the key, that they're violating rights, hurting, and even killing people. And it doesn't matter if it's way up in, like Washington or over in Florida. Of course, in Colorado, where they murdered Elijah McClain back in August of 2019. But she made that one sentence, and it got me researching, which led to this. One sentence led to 2 years of work, 8,000 uncompensated hours of my life invested in this, to bring this to you, so you wouldn't have to do the work. That was my job. But that's the inspiration. Someone I listened to. How much money has this cost me? Let's just say I'm not anywhere near breaking even, and I don't, realistically speaking, expect to ever even break even. It's expensive to self-publish, but I did it anyway. That's not the point. So what's going on with this? Well, it has to do with this. And I can take criticism, but when that criticism crosses over into polluting the minds of other people in a way that would discourage them, if not outright convince them not to invest their $15 or $16 in this and learning their rights, well, that's when I think that that I need to get involved, and I need to discuss it with you guys. I don't censor you. So whatever impression or thoughts that you take away from this, put them in the comments section. I really do wear big boy pants. I am, after all, 6'6", 270 pounds. Yeah, right around that. Or 120 some kilograms. There you go. 120 kilograms. You're going to go to your calculator. Here's what I'm talking about. And again, it involves this. This is my first big book on taking on a subject that is so contentious in this country, and I took it on anyway. Okay, so let's go through this. Now, I'm going to have to switch over to, see, there's my property again. Let's go up here. And there's me. There's the fire pit. Yeah. And so, okay, there you go. Take your Dramamine, guys. I think I'm getting it on there. I can't see. So here we go. I'm going to switch over to a screenshot and let you read this for yourself. But see, something came up just a few days ago, and that's what I want to... It's because of what happened a few days ago that I said, I'm going to make a video about this. Okay, we'll see you over on the screenshot. Man. That doesn't help either. Okay, see ya over there. Screenshot. If you look at the date of this review, it's on Amazon. You can go there and read it. I can take criticism because it's not like I read this and went running to you guys. You can see that it goes back to September 12th of 2020. It's almost, 3 years old. From the United States, 3-star review. I mean, it could have been worse. I realize that. Mostly a narration of public videos. The book was exactly as described, however, failed to captivate me throughout. I enjoy most of the work, however, the majority of the text is written narration of rights violations readily available for public view online. I was left disappointed with the lack of conclusion or any call to action. Rather, just a general summary of many hundred specific cases of police-involved violations broadcasted on public domain. Okay, that's all fine and good, but it's what's at the bottom highlighted that bothers me. 8 people found that review helpful, meaning they didn't get the book because of that reviewer convinced them the book was worthless, that it would be a waste of time and money. And I'm sure they probably heeded this review, the advice that was provided. And I'm like, 8 people didn't read the book because one person misrepresents it. And I get that they have the right to do that, but there's also this ripple effect. So 8 people didn't get the book, which means that there are 8 books that weren't laying around for someone else to pick up and read. So this whole ripple effect, it's not just the reviewer, it's not just the 8 who probably didn't get the book because of the review, but all those who will never be exposed to it now because of one reviewer. I want to show you the next screenshot. The individual called Warren, you can see that Warren popped up again, and his criticism is the same. Very disappointed with Rise of the Oathbreakers Volume 1, as all it did was go over YouTube videos that were already explained in the videos. In my opinion, no real useful information. Now you can see that I begin to rebut it. First, I have 8 total rebuttal points that I incorporate into my response to this nonsense. But the number one mistake that Warren's making, probably because he suffers from chronic limited thinking, is that just because somebody watches a video doesn't mean they know what's going on. And the information contained in a hell of a lot of the videos, I love the auditors, but they're wrong. The information about the law is wrong. Just like this is not a stop and ID state. You see, I take their hard work and I fix it for the book. So Warren, what you advocate means that the hard work of the auditors should never be shared, should never be discussed, should never be explained, and that their work is worthless. So the auditor's work is as worthless as mine is. That's Warren. Chronic limited thinking. 300 pages, no useful information. And what do I have circled? 3 people gave that a thumbs up. You see, now it's popped up twice, at least that I know of. And I basically stumbled into this one. I'm not out there, trying to find them and doing searches. It just showed up. Let's just go back to the Amazon review where 8 people said that the critical review was helpful in their decision not to get the book. How many people were convinced not to get the book based on the Amazon review who didn't push the helpful button? And now we have this one. The reason I find this so disturbing, guys, is because Warren posted this on a channel with nearly 1 million subscribers. They all have access to it. My question to you, Warren, is whose side are you really on? What you're doing, Warren, is the dirty work for every rotten, evil, dirty cop. And you claim to be a patriot? You claim to support freedom? You want people to learn their rights? Congratulations, Warren. You did more damage to the cause of freedom than any one of the asshole dirty cops that we see time after time after time on these YouTube videos. Warren is the gift that just keeps on giving, because that second review was part of a comment section discussing part 2. He's already set part 2 up to fail. So both books suck, according to this Warren fella. You know what, Warren? My advice to you is, since my books suck, how about you write your own damn books? Huh? I look forward to critiquing them, only I promise to be fair. You have a good life, Warren.